Agenda item 6 is consideration of approval of resolution number 756, desiring the 2013 Nevada Legislature enable the second quarter cent of the Clark County Sales and Use Tax Act of 2005, as was approved by the voters for the purpose of hiring and equipping police officers, and to remove restricting language for a designated period of time to allow for the hiring and equipping of police officers when traditional sources of revenue have declined. Ms. Chief Tanner, come on up.
Hello, Mayor, Council. I brought with me Chuck Calloway, he's Director of Government Affairs from Las Vegas Metro Police. There's a lot of information on the Tax Act back in 2004 that was passed in 2005. I just want to go over a brief PowerPoint. Mayor asked me 25 page. Okay, it was 5 page. Real quick, and I'll show you the just shows our numbers of employees in 2011 and 2012. We have 7 full-time staff through attrition that we lost just in the last year from 2011 to 12. This next one just shows more cops in 2004. When they put the bill forward, it passed in 2005 by the voters. And the first year, I think everyone was figuring out how to use it exactly, when they can use it, how much they can have, how much they were going to receive. No one knew until they received the first quarterly check. And so we hired 1 cop in 2006, which moved our staffing. At that time, we had 24 total patrol officers for the city of Mesquite in 2006. 2007, we hired a large chunk, probably the biggest hire we've ever done in Mesquite. We hired 6 more cops. At the time, we were way behind on the 2 per 1,000. Is a federal and national standard. They say if you go online, it's got different numbers everywhere. I spoke to some of the council members here. They found different numbers too. Some are from 2.2, some are up to 4. In New York, it depends where you look. But anyway, and then we went to 7 cops in 2008, 9 and 10, it stayed the same. 2011, about the end of the year, we decided when we lost a couple more guys from attrition, they retired and left. We put 1 more position of more cops because we had some extra, we had money in there still, a little bit left. I think we had enough to employ 1 more cop. Of course, the sales tax has fluctuated over the last 3-4 years. It's went up and down, so we don't know until the end of the year where it's going to land. This is a chart, and the blues are actually police officers. It doesn't cover correctional officers, dispatchers, and animal control. So the blue are just the police officers that actually work the street. We have 28 total, counting me. There's 3 in the admin, you can see. There's 4 detectives, and we have 21 in patrol. That's 24/7. We work 12-hour shifts. And currently we have 27, counting me, because we have 1 deployed in the military. Sergeant Rob Stepp got deployed in August. He'll be gone for a year. So we have 27 currently, and we have a couple guys out with babies right now. There's someone always sick or injured. We got someone out. So right now we run about 3 on a shift. And of course we have mandatory training all year. We told you last year in the budget process we've cut the overtime back, so we've had to have guys flex out time. They do it on their own for training and different things. It's mandatory for the state and for their post certificates. Next one's arrest. You can see they've been up and down, but from 11 to 12 they went up considerably from 2012 on. You can see every month it compares to January 11 to 12 and then goes forward. Our arrests are up, our calls are up, telephone calls are way up. And then the next one's the number of incidents. There's only a couple months that are about the same, but the rest are all up in the numbers. The amount of calls, of course, for dispatches includes EMS, fire, and police. We always include all 3 because dispatch dispatches all of them. We always show up on wherever a call might be to clear the scene for fire and rescue to come in depending on the call. I was that quick because I was asked to be. Anyway, this year we made some changes in our staff. During the year we found out during the budget process we might have made some mistakes and we had enough staff. So this year I got rid of a correction position, which saved the money for the city, and we actually added a dispatcher, which is a little bit less money. So that guy was promoted. The last more cops guy I showed you was our number 8th officer. Is the guy that's at the academy right now getting ready to graduate from corrections. We didn't replace his position, still replace a dispatch position, which saves a considerable amount of money and towards retirement. And then we've given up, we want to improve our efficiency, so I've moved some other people around. You know, we got rid of the special assignments recently. Probably see we haven't had motors out anymore. They went back on patrol because we didn't have staffing. K9, we had a K9 retire recently, and we didn't replace that. And so, and then we had one other special assignment position, quartermaster, some other stuff that we had admin pick up the duties. So got rid of 3 of those. And then everyone asked me national average right now. We're at 1.6 officers per 1,000 currently in Mesquite. If we hired 3 to 4 more, like I said in tech review this last Tuesday, we'd be at 1.82. That's with 3 more. We'd be at 1.89 if we hired 4 more. I called 4 departments similar to our size that people here always bring up to me and say they're similar to Mesquite. One of them is Fallon, Nevada, which is a real smaller town, 8,500 people. I called there and talked to them because everyone, the population changes wherever you look. And they have 20 officers. They're probably at 2.6 per 1,000. Boulder City has 15,023 people. They have 31 police officers sworn. Elko, Nevada has 18,500 population and 42 police officers. To give you an idea, Mesquite has 28 total, and we have 17,000 in population. Just to give you an idea of some numbers. Anyway, Chuck's here. He can answer any questions on the history of motor cops and ACT and anything else you'd like to know. I'd be happy to answer any questions you have.
Thanks, Chief. Any questions from council? Councilman Littman.
Not a question, just some comments. Chief and I were talking earlier, and I did some looking up today also on Bureau of Justice statistics, and from what I could find, we're well below what we ought to be. Looking at a 16,000 population, and the latest Bureau of Justice statistics show 2.3. We should be sitting with 36.8 if we were right on the button. And looking at the lowest I could find at 1.8 for populations 10,000 to 25,000 with similar demographics, we're still considerably under. So I truly support this, even in a time of fiscal crisis in the country and all the things going on. We're well below where we ought to be.
Thank you, Councilman. Any other questions from council? Councilman Hayden?
I don't know if that's necessarily a question. I'd like to just, from this resolution that is on the agenda, the third whereas says, whereas a majority of the voters in the 2004 general election voted in favor of increasing the sales and use tax by 1/2 of 1 cent for the purpose of hiring and equipping more police officers. This is the will of the people, folks, in 2004. It's not something that we're imposing tonight. The legislature decided they were only going to let them do half of that, half of it, and now we're going to give them the other half if this goes forward. I think it's a given, regardless of what we do here tonight. But I think that our police department does a great job. They solve a lot of crimes. We have a high solve rate of crimes that go on here. But I just want it to be made clear that this is the will of the people. This was done in 2004. Probably should have been implemented then after the vote. It wasn't. It was only given half. You know, a wise man once said, "We get what we vote for." In this case, it's probably a good thing. So, thank you.
Councilman Rapson.
Yeah, I echo both of the sentiments. I mean, one, we need them, and two, is the will of the people. I mean, that's why I think most of us up here who voted against the change in the election date still supported that in moving it, even though we disagreed with it. It's the will of the people, so that's what we fall back on. I agree.
Thank you, Councilman. Any other questions or comments? Councilman Gus Davison.
I'm ready to make a motion.
Let me check the other side, make sure. Okay, go ahead, Councilman.
Okay. I would move that we approve resolution 5 or 7. I did that last time we put it on temporary. 756, utilizing the tax money from the 2005 proposition to provide more police officers for Mesquite.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Call for the vote. Motion carries.